Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's Haarute. My name is Matt. Hello. New season! What's up? We're starting season 3 today. So I took a little bit of a break. Actually, I watched the movie last week. In case you didn't watch that video, I watched the Buffy the Vampire Slayer 1992 movie that came out before the show that everyone says that it sucks. I had a lot of fun with that. I just wanted to do that. I just felt like it was a good thing to do in between seasons 2 and 3. And I also took a little bit of a break because Doctor Who came out and I had to deal with Doctor Who a lot. And you know, it was worth it because that Doctor Who video that I released is the second most viewed video on my channel. The first most video on my channel is the video that I released after the Doctor Who video, which was a Chainsaw Man video. So that was an eventful week for me. But now we're getting back to Buffy. So we're starting with season 3 today. Just a thing I want to say just right now, just because it's been like a week. When I watched that movie, first of all, I felt like maybe that video wasn't that great, and I'm sorry about that. Like, first of all, I looked like shit in that video, so I'm sorry. Second thing is, I don't know, it felt like I never tried to play like the antagonist, but like sometimes it might feel like it, and I'm sorry if it comes across as that. But like in that movie video, I did say that there were things about that movie that I wish the show was more like the movie in some aspects, and I can see that being a nuclear take that people are gonna hate. Nobody has told me anything about it yet, by the way. Like, that video hasn't gone up on YouTube yet. But just in case it didn't make myself very clear, what I meant when I said that is that, like, there's a lot of episodes in Buffy that are kind of like filler episodes, at least in seasons 1 and 2. I've been told that that kind of goes away in the future. That's a good thing. That's a good call. But at least for seasons 1 and 2, there's a lot of episodes that are kind of filler episodes. Like, they're just Monster of the Week. Nothing matters in them. There's, like, a lot of, like, drama that they try to make for those episodes, and it doesn't really fully work because that drama means nothing. Like, the characters end at the end of each episode right where they began, and you can see this in a lot of episodes where the quote-unquote theme is about Buffy and responsibility, and we do that theme like 3 or 4 times, and it seems like every time characters forget about the previous time that we talk about that. But what that really means is that we just have multiple different writers that just write their own story, and it's just episodic. It doesn't fucking matter. So when we approach those quote-unquote filler episodes, like, I can see through the veil. I can see that this doesn't matter. I can see like this is a filler Naruto episode. So what I would do personally is that I would just fucking go crazy and I would just make it a funny episode, like the movie. The movie was a fucking comedy, and I actually did enjoy that movie because it did not take itself seriously. The scenes where it took itself seriously, I did not enjoy. And I think it was actually a detriment to the movie. So what I would say is that I prefer the movie to like an episode like Go Fish or like the Reptile Boy episode. Like, those episodes don't matter, and they're kind of cringe. But they try really hard to be serious, and I'm like, no. Like, if you're gonna do this like Fishman episode, at least have the decency to be like stupid, and then I will enjoy it. And this is also just a take that I have, not with anything related to Buffy, but just media in general, is that I feel like a lot of people think that you have to like earn merit by being serious and dramatic. No, fuck that. Media is just supposed to be enjoyable. You can make something fucking stupid. As long as it's enjoyable, it's fulfilling its purpose. That's what I believe. So I would grab like a couple of Buffy episodes, like the Go Fish or the Reptile Boy or whatever. We had like half of season 2 episodes and like 80% of season 1. Those episodes don't matter. They need to be like sillier or something in order to be more engaging, in order to be like just like more fun to experience. That's what I believe. You can keep every other episode that's like important, like passion, exactly as they are. I think those episodes are fantastic on their own. But a lot of the filler episodes, like the Mummy Girl episode, just go crazy. Just have a guy get stabbed and die, and do that for like a full minute, and then after credit scene, he keeps dying. Like, that's really good. That's something the movie did really well. So yeah, I will stand this movie. The Buffy 1992 movie is alright. I liked it. I appreciate that movie. Alright, now that I clarified that, we can begin with Buffy season 3. And I said this previous video too, is that like I've been told that Buffy season 3 is a fan favorite. And it's also like I've been told that you feel like a shift between seasons like 1 and 2 to season 3, and I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I don't want to like hype myself up too much. I like to keep my expectations just like lowered, but it's also like I've been told that there is a shift, and I believe that, so we'll see how the shift works. The end of season 2 felt like a weird, like, ending of a chapter. I'm not even sure if we're going to continue being in Sunnydale. I feel like we are, but the ending of season 2 really felt like we don't know if the show is going to keep going. Also, I said that on that video, like it felt like they didn't know if the show was going to get renewed or not. And I've gotten comments from people saying that they didn't know if it was going to get renewed, so I was right. And I've also gotten comments from people telling me, no, they absolutely knew the show was going to keep going from season 1 because it's so good. So now you're wrong. So I don't know what to believe. Please just leave comments with like real information below so we can like figure stuff out, because I cannot look up this information on my own in fear of spoilers. I need people to tell me this, but it doesn't matter. It's not a detail that matters. But at the end of season 2, I got that feeling. Now for season 3, I don't know what we're gonna be doing. But I am excited because I've been hearing from people that seasons 3 and 5 seem to be the seasons that a lot of people are really, really huge fans of. Even though it seems like people really like multiple seasons, like everyone has their own favorite. Again, like JoJo, I like that. That's a good thing. But yeah, it's just like each individual's like own pick, and that's fine. But I'm excited nonetheless. I was told by someone, sorry, I just remember, like, I don't know, like half a year ago, someone said, I'm gonna predict what your favorite Buffy seasons are gonna be in order. Oh, here it is. Okay, someone, I'm not gonna say their name, but I have the name written down here, because I wrote this down because I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun game. Someone left a comment, I don't know how many months ago, or in what video this was, but I can look it up, but fuck it. They said that their predictions for my favorite seasons in order would be 3, 6, 5, 4, 2, 7, 1. Oh my god, 7's really low. Oh, 7's really low. And they also dropped their personal favorites. And 7 is also really low on that list too. Oh my god, do people hate the ending of this show? Like, don't be as specific. Don't say much, but just be like, do you like season 7? Yes, no. Just do that. Just do that. Do you like? Because like, if you're gonna drop season 7 like all the way with like season 1, that's like, man, that's a dip in quality. I was even told to like stop after season 5 if I'm gonna stop at any point. Just like it sounds like people are just like, yeah, if you watch up until season 5 you're good, and I'm like, really? Like, do you want to keep going for season 6 and 7? Like, the show keeps going for like an extra 40 episodes or whatever. Like, we can keep going, but no. Okay, we'll see how this goes. But this person predicted that season 3 would be my favorite. It seems that 3 is a lot of people's favorite. That sounds good. I'm excited. Let us begin. But before we do that, Patreon. Check out the link in the description below out of the Buffy on screen in order to watch the next 2 episode reactions to Buffy already, season 3, as well as full-length reactions. And I think I want to say is that I am going to try to start doing this thing where I already did this with the movie, and I'm gonna try it with this episode because this is the first episode of the season, so it means that you can watch this episode on full length for free. Just check out the link in the description below in order to watch it alongside me. Wink. So this episode on its own is one you get for free in full length. But a thing I'm gonna be doing, and I'm gonna start doing it now. I'm not gonna retroactively apply it to season 1 and 2. That's too much work. But for season 3 and onwards, I'm gonna try to do this, and I'm experimenting. So this is not fully set in stone. I'm gonna try to render a version of the video that has the entire episode footage for full-length people, because I've been told that there is like a lot of issues syncing up footage. So you know what? Sure. Like, I don't want people to pay me and then they don't get exactly what they need. So in order to avoid that, and also because I could watch like the Hulu version of the show, but I've also heard that like literally every other version of the show that's like on a streaming service is awful. So I need to watch the DVD version, but the DVD version doesn't really match up with anything else because it is also different depending on regions where you got it. So it's like, fuck it. Just, I'm going to render a version of the video that just has all the footage that I can just share with you don't tell anyone about this. This is our little secret here. I'm gonna upload it to Dropbox because I figure out that Dropbox is actually kind of cheap and allows me to upload big files, and you can even watch it online. So I'm gonna upload it to Dropbox. So we're gonna be trying this thing out. So you don't need to sync up your footage with mine anymore if I do this thing. I'm gonna upload 2 versions anyway. Like, you're gonna get the clean version and the episode version in Dropbox. So we'll see how this works out. So please do give me your feedback as to how it works, and if it works well and if you like it, then I'm gonna continue doing it. It's gonna be a pain to render 3 videos at once and upload 3 videos, but fuck it, we'll do it. We'll see how this works out. Also, I have to pay like a subscription service to Dropbox in order to do this, which I already started doing. So yeah, support the channel, Patreon. What's up? Let us begin. So, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 3, Episode 1. Let's go.
That's right, big boy. Come and get it.
Oh my god. Hell yeah, the rest of the gang is doing work. Alright, this is good. Also, Willow got a haircut. I'm kind of into it.
Come and get it, big boy?
Well, the Slayer always says a pun or...
Self-aware lines.
I wish we knew where she was.
Okay. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, we're gonna go to see the Buffy POV now? Yeah, where are we? Also, what are you wearing? Oh, is this a fantasy? Maybe. Yep, here we are. I'm still not convinced it's that, by the way. I still think he got teleported to someplace, like hell or whatever. Which means that he can come back. Alright, it's been 5 minutes. Just like I can't beat the shit out of them or I'm gonna get kicked out.
You guys ready?
Yeah, I think we're good.
And I see.
Shouldn't have blown all our money.
I was gonna say she looks very pale, but I guess it's daytime, so I guess it's not a vampire. Ricky and Lily.
It's nice. Hey, do I know you? I don't think so.
So no joy at the cemetery.
Yeah, this is library.
he got away.
Hey, there are people in the library this time. I was like, why is there so many people? Because it's actually working as a library.
Is Andrew around? Well, yeah, somewhere. Good. Great. I haven't seen him yet. How's my hair? Oh, it's good. He didn't meet anybody over the summer, did he? How's my hair? Still good. Hi! Maybe he's forgotten me.
Oh, people, summer is over. Be somber.
Is this a new principal? Who's that man? They specifically focus on him, so it matters.
Have you guys seen Cordelia?
Yeah, she's around here somewhere.
Okay, bye.
Just go find her, man.
Your
How's
hair
my-
is fine.
Cool.
Wait,
I'm so in shape. I'm a
that's
rock.
Larry,
It's all
right?
big one.
That was his name, right?
Mysterious
Best character.
guest.
Oh, hey,
Hey.
they met. Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see ya.
Yeah. Whatever.
Oh my god. Alright. Oh, damn, that's a depressing cut. That's a really depressing cut. I like that shot a lot. That was a depression shot. Complete silence. You can only see her hair. She's just slightly slouched.
I'm no one. I'm no one.
There's a plane out in about an hour.
Okay.
And what makes this different from the last 9 leads?
You shouldn't give up.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes, one must try.
Akira Mendeo. I like the storyline. I was wondering what the storyline was gonna be for this season, but...
Anne.
Oh, that's that girl.
Buffy? I was calling myself Chanterelle then.
Okay.
I used to... Well, I was in this cult that worshipped vampires. So lame, I know.
Okay. You are from that episode with the other guy. So I guess that's why you were so pale. You're just goth.
I know how it is when you gotta get lost.
Okay. This is nice. This is someone that kind of understands the feeling.
Chanterelle was part of my exotic phase. It's a mushroom. It is. I like Lily. Hey, do you have any money? I didn't mean that. Like, I know this guy. He's gonna have this kind of rave thing in his basement. We could go. I just kind of... I want to be alone. I didn't mean to bug you. It's too much. I do have the money, though, so why don't you and Ricky go, and then maybe I can meet you some other time. No, it's okay. It's not very polite.
Suspicious man.
Are you okay?
Buster Wolf.
I'm no one.
Okay, there's some weird shit. A lot of people saying I'm no one in this town. Okay.
Maybe you shouldn't move.
Maybe you should lie down.
It's okay, she doesn't bruise this. She can tank damage.
Maybe I should ask, where you're running from? You got the look, though.
Look.
Like you had to grow up way too fast. I'm Ken. Here, go ahead. Take one of these.
We keep running into people that have
Don't be shy
things
about
to
stopping
say.
by.
Oh my god, you're a cool litter.
We get old fast here. The kids come here, they got nothing to go home to, and this ends up being the last stop for a lot of them.
I noticed this earlier. We had a lot of shots of people that clearly had nowhere to go, nowhere to belong to. But also, there's some supernatural shit about like, I'm no one.
The bronze just never seems the same without her.
Yeah, and the slang isn't getting any easier either. No, I know what we need.
A vampire slayer?
Next best thing. Bait.
That sounds like a fucked up thing to do. Is this Buffy's mom? Yes. You're still a character. Good.
Hello.
Hello. May I?
Giles. Okay.
Of course, come on in.
Didn't plan
Right.
out, I'm
They
afraid.
can just talk openly now because she knows.
Can hardly leave the house. I'm just afraid she'll call. She'll need my help.
Makes sense.
Buffy's the most capable child I've ever known.
She's still a child though.
I honestly believe she's in no danger.
I just wish I could talk to her. The last thing we did was fight.
Yep.
You mustn't blame yourself for her leaving.
I don't.
You know?
I blame you.
Ooh.
I feel like you've taken her away from me.
I didn't make Buffy who she is.
And who exactly is she?
And
Oh hey,
can I talk
she's
to you?
back.
Look, this really isn't a good time. Can I wait? Ricky's gone. You know how to do stuff.
I don't. Not anymore.
But I don't know what to do.
Yeah, does she?
You here to donate blood? We're looking for a friend.
Ricky T, we come in sometimes.
Ricky, sure. So probably go faster if we split up.
Can I come with you?
Okay, where did I lose you on the whole splitting up thing?
I like how tall she is compared to Buffy.
He hasn't been here.
Oh, she knows something. Either she's evil or she doesn't want to tell them something that she knows. There's something happening here with the whole I'm no one thing. And if there's people that are victims of it, okay, maybe the blood donating thing is bad. It's like actually evil. But the people most acceptable would be the people that have nothing because they want to get a few bucks. Where are we, by the way? Ooh. Oh no, that's him. Well then. But I have questions. I looked away for a second and I just got really confused.
I think he's dead.
But he takes care of me.
Sorry.
His cousin can get him a job at the car wash.
Lily, there's something else. The person that I found
Uh-huh.
was old.
Yes. Yes.
I don't understand. Maybe it's not Ricky, okay?
Lily, this is something you're just gonna have to deal with.
But he didn't do anything wrong. Why would this happen to him?
That's not the point. Can't just close your eyes and hope that they're gonna go away.
Okay, I like this. I like this. This is the person she is now.
You know about monsters and stuff. You could have brought this with you.
I just wanted to be left alone. If you can't deal, then don't lay it off on me.
I like that. Buffy's being super honest and rational, but she's also emotional. But she's also very emotional. Lily is. Oh boy.
Are you okay?
Okay, so this man, Ken, he's the bad guy. Oh gosh,
Can't.
she's acceptable to this cult of recruitment shit.
But hope is a real thing, just like despair. And hope can fill up a part of you that's missing.
Oh my god, listen to this Nagito Komaeda motherfucker.
Are you Lily?
Here we go. That's how he gets her.
Ricky's no more dead than I am.
That's a clue. What are you?
We'll get you taken care
Family.
of.
You cannot be creepier. I really like this episode so far. Like, I really, really like it. Okay. Candidate. Not creepy at all.
For what? What are you doing?
Hi, Nurse Ratchet.
I'm calling the police. I give him the names of the healthy ones.
Who's him? Ken, the cult
Wow.
leader, or whatever.
Don't you look nice?
Well, you don't want to wear your own outfit to the cleansing and get...
The cleansing. This is really just a cult episode. They will give Cordelia steak. Did you not give her anything? I know she's big, but she should have something.
Nothing to do with you.
Like, y'all need to talk.
Go away, this is my hiding spot. No, just our relationship.
What
Oh my
relationship?
god, Willow is...
Oh, that's right, I forgot. We
Oh
actually went
god.
buried.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
I woke up and I looked in the mirror and I thought, hey, what's with all the sin?
Infiltrating the cult.
I'm bad with the sex and the envy and that loud music us kids listen to nowadays. But I just suck at undercover. Where's Ken?
Yeah, there we go. Breaking through sheer force. We might be too late. Like, maybe she touches it and immediately she ages like 60 years or whatever.
Do you feed on youth? What's the deal?
Do you really want to know?
He's gonna kick her down. Yeah. Well, not even. She just got sucked in. Throw him in there. Oh, we both fell. Oh, damn, what's in here? What kind of crazy monster demon do we have here?
My face!
Oh, show me.
Any idea how hard it is to glue that thing on?
What the fuck are you? What is this? What is this weird ass alien cult? It's not I don't know what it is. What am I watching? Okay. Alright, they just have a factory here with a bunch of slaves. I guess. Sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. A hot, steamy kiss. Showered on vampire dust. The most romantic of moments. Is Lily okay?
But Lily, I knew I belonged here. Hell.
What is hell but the total absence of hope? The substance, the tactile proof of despair.
Okay, now you're Junko and Ashima.
Ricky.
He forgot you. What? Took him a... He remembered your name years after he'd forgotten his own.
So time moves at a different pace in here. I see.
100 long years will pass here on Earth. It's just a day.
I see.
You'll die of old age before anyone wonders where you went. Not that anyone will. That's why we chose you.
Yeah.
I know you. So afraid. So pathetically determined to run away from whatever it is you used to be.
He doesn't know. Peppa laugh. He doesn't know. I mean, he's right when he says you're trying to run away from whatever you used to be. But he doesn't know what she used to be. So this is the moment where Buffy has to be like, you know what? Fuck you.
You do not complain, or laugh, or do anything besides work.
Who are these people?
You are no one now. You mean nothing.
I see.
Who are you?
Aaron?
Nope. That's not your name. You are no one. That's how they literally whip it into you.
Who are you?
I'm Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, and you are?
There we go. Got his ass! Fuck up, Buffy!
Follow me.
Yes! Jailbreak! Break out, break out! I love that she said Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Title drop. Also, she's embracing herself instead of running away from it. This is exactly what she needed.
Take these people and get them up there, okay?
I hope nothing happens to Lily.
You can handle this.
You can do it! Believe in the Buffy that believes in you. I hope nothing bad happens to her. I'm invested now. She needs to start fucking kicking these people down, just killing all these dudes, and just raising an army. I suppose that's Lily's job. Because they're not gonna fight, right? But I would like it if they actually fought. I would like it if there was an actual fucking army fighting.
Get down there!
I like that he's not going in there to fight himself. He's such a coward. I hope she kicks down Ken, the leader, into like lava. Just fuck him. Oh, Bowie. This is gonna go hope. Oh, god damn it!
You've got guts. I think I'd like to slice you open and play with them.
That's a line.
This
is gonna do something.
is the price of rebellion.
Yeah! Let's go! The price of rebellion is freedom! Super strength.
I'm gonna feel this for a week.
Oh. Okay, didn't get Buffy. Just got him. Good. Oh, get fucked! I love that it was just the legs.
Hey, Ken. Want to see my impression of Gandhi? Well, you know. He was really pissed off.
Have you ever played Civilization? He will nuke your ass off. That's my Gandhi. Sealed. Whatever, sure. Don't worry about it. Man, that was a trip. I like that one, though. Okay,
It's really nice.
so you're giving her your house. Are you gonna go back now?
I'll call and check up on you.
I hope we do. I hope we get to see her again.
Not great at taking care of myself.
Aww.
Takes practice.
Hey, can I be Anne?
Oh, I want to see this. Just be a heartfelt reunion, please. Yep. Aww, that's a good cut. That's a great ending. That's a great episode. Like, genuinely, that was like a fantastic fucking episode. Man, I really like that episode. Like, a lot. And I, like, while it was happening, I was thinking about, like, why was it? And there's a lot of reasons, but one of them that I immediately thought about was the fact that, like, we were following two separate, like, sides to a story. We were following what's happening with Buffy and Lily, and we were also following what's happening over at Sunnydale with every single one of the characters that we know in Sunnydale. What I really like about the characters in Sunnydale is that they were interacting with one another, which, like, I feel like I didn't realize up until this point, but before that happened, I feel like we were following Buffy. Like, every character was orbiting around Buffy. But what this episode did is that it showed me a Sunnydale where Buffy is not in there. And of course, they all care about her. They're all thinking about her. What is she doing? When is she going to come back? But what happens is that we get to see interactions between characters that we never really seen before. Like, we had a scene where Joyce and Giles are talking to each other, and I really like that scene. They are talking about Buffy, but we never saw them interact before and talk about stuff before. And, well, Joyce feels bad, but she blames Giles, and Giles is like, I didn't make her the person that she is. And then she asks, who is she? And this episode is tackling a lot on, like, okay, this is very interesting. I can see how this episode is, like, this episode is amazing, but it's also, like, I can see how people can watch this episode and, like, identify with it in some weird way. I can also, like, imagine people growing up with this show and, like, having this show be, like, a mirror of them. Because if seasons 1 and 2 of Buffy were just, like, high school hijinks and teenage drama, this beginning of season 3, at the very least, is, like, just after you finish, like, high school or whatever, and you're on your own, like, okay, like, how much this will apply to you kind of depends on the culture. But I know for a fact that in, like, American culture, it's not uncommon for, like your parents to, like, kick you out, like, as soon as you turn 18, right? Or they, like, force you to start doing something in order to start generating revenue so you can, like, stand up on your own, and then you kind of, like, make your life on your own individually, like, right away, like, right at 18. That's not so much a thing here in my country, in Argentina. I think in Latin America in general, I feel like parents just kind of like families are way more, like, closer together. I feel like it's not uncommon for someone to be living with their parents at, like, 40, you know, they all just, like, live together. Like, that's not really much of an issue. My sister is 30, wait, I'm 26, so she should be, like, she's, like, 33. She still lives in the same household. And, like, she's making good money, but she's still living here. Like, there's no issue with that. But I understand that in American culture, it's way more common to just have that feeling of, like, I am being forced into the world at an age where you don't feel like you're ready. When in reality, you are kind of never ready. Like, it's always going to take you a while to be ready. But at that age, there's so much, like, there's so many issues, there's so much drama, and your brain isn't even fully developed yet, right? Like, your brain develops at, like, 25, something like that. Like, it takes a while for you to finally get to a point where you can start, like, feeling like you can tackle on the world, and that's not even going to happen immediately right away. It's going to take you time, it's going to take you a lot of effort, and it's going to take you a lot of failure. But the idea of, like, immediately jumping into the world at that age and just having to stand up on your own, like, that's very difficult. And I feel like this episode did tackle that a lot, especially right there at the end with Lily and Buffy. And I like Lily a lot, actually. I forgot her previous name, Chantel, something like that, but Lily, whatever. From now on, she's going to be Anne. But Lily, I like her in this episode a lot. And for a second, I thought that she might be evil because she had like one shot where she looked at the old guy who was actually Richie. I think that was Richie. I think it was the same actor. I could be wrong. But she looked at the guy and she had a stare that looked like very cold. And I was like, oh my God, is she evil? No. She's fine. And I like that a lot because I feel like, how do I put this? I feel like this episode's A-plot wasn't the main focus, which is a contrast to the way a lot of episodes have been in seasons, well, 1 and 2. Because while the entire, like, weird, like, cult, slave owner, whatever shit, time dissipation field plotline was going on there, like, that was very fun. But that wasn't the main focus. That was just like a mystery that we solve, and then like we have action, and then we leave. Okay, that was good, but that wasn't the main focus. The main focus was actually how Buffy feels, the fact that she's running away, the fact that Lily is running away, the fact that all of these people are victims. Like, that's also something I guess his name is Ken, the cult leader. That's something he deliberately says. It's like, we deliberately chose you because you're someone who's like on the run and trying to find a place in the world, and you're trying to escape from whatever, and no one's gonna miss you, not gonna find you. That's why we chose you, you know? Which is fucked up. It's fucked up, but it's like all of these people are victims of that. And which means that this is a very common thing. All of these people all have struggles finding a place in the world, which means that they have no place to belong to, which means that nobody's going to miss them once they disappear. That's thematically what matters about this episode, and we can see it reflected in Buffy and Lily, how this matters a lot to their characters and how they feel. And that was the thing that you should care about. That was the thing that is the focus. And the A-plot, the cult leader thing, that doesn't matter. It mattered when we went there and we had to break out, and that was hype, but that wasn't the thing that really mattered. Because what really mattered is the fact that when Buffy said, I'm Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that's when it finally like kicked in. That was the moment where she was like, you know what? I'm tired of being a different person. I shouldn't keep running away and try to not think about what happened in the past. I need to move on, and I need to like embrace and just be myself, because like I'm not gonna stop being myself, so might as well say fuck it and just go back to it and just embrace it. And that's what she did. I also like that conversation with Lily, where Lily basically blamed Buffy because she got this moment where she was like, maybe it was your fault. Like, maybe you know about all this like creepy supernatural shit, so maybe you brought them here. But like at the same time, that conversation wasn't rational, because like Buffy told her like, I think he's dead, and then she was like, but he takes care of me. Like, are you sure it's like she didn't believe it, which is what made her susceptible in order to be taken away. But her response is such an emotional, immediate response, which ties into the end when she goes like, I have issues taking care of myself. And Buffy's like, well, it's going to take you time and it's going to take you a lot of effort, but you can do it. Again, kind of a weird coming of age story. Sorry, I got distracted with something and completely lost my train of thought. But episode was good. Okay, now I was talking about Lily, right? And how the entire episode was about finding a place to belong to and just, well, making a place to belong to on your own, right? Like feeling, because Lily is someone that was completely dependent on Richie. She was like, he takes care of me and I really like him and we're gonna do everything and I'm gonna be together with him forever. But she's almost like, okay, this is something real because this is something I've seen in people before. And I've seen people who like actually want to depend on someone else, and I feel like this is very common, is the kind of person who is overwhelmed by the world, is overwhelmed by society, is overwhelmed by like a lot of things that you got to do, and so their response is to just be like, I want to find someone that can take care of me, you know, and like that's not even something weird to say or weird to think, because that makes sense, because you grow up in a household that takes care of you. That's how families work. And then when you have to face a new stage of your life, it's not super weird for you to have a weird natural response of being like, I want to move into the next step having someone that also takes care of me. And you find a lot of people that are trying to find some kind of partners or something that are kind of doubling from partner to also a caretaker. And that's not a super weird thing to find. I feel like it's very common to find stuff like that. I've seen people like that. And it's also a little bit, it's like, you're not trying to take advantage of the other person, but it's more like you're so afraid that you're 100% relying on someone else to be there for you, when in reality, that's not going to be a good thing, because as like, you're relying on another person, but if that other person ever falters, which they will, like, that other person is not perfect. That other person is not going to be always like fully 100% there or like right or correct. So what's going to happen is that as soon as that other person kind of fails at something, then you're going to fall apart. You need to be able to stand up on your own, and that's kind of what Buffy tells her, and I really like that, because Lily is gonna have to start having to, I don't know why I'm thinking about Full Metal Alchemist and how that ties into the guy that was just stabbed here, Ken, because I just keep thinking to the line in Full Metal Alchemist where Ed says in like the first episode, it's like, you got legs, like stand up and walk. Like something like that. What was it? You've got 2 good legs, get up and use them. You're strong enough to make your own path. I like that. That is a great line from Ed, and I always remember that line. So whenever that guy got stabbed in both legs, I was thinking about Ed, because I was like, he doesn't have 2 good legs anymore. He can't stand up and walk and make his own path anymore. But you know who can? Lily and Buffy. But Buffy tells essentially that to Lily. Actually, the first episode of Fullmetal Alchemist is very close to this. I liked it a lot. Alright, but it was also an episode for Buffy development, because we get to see her compared to the ending of season 2 here. At the end of season 2, she's running away. And in this episode, we see her after she ran away. In a way, she's still running away, like figuratively, because she changed her name. She's going under an alias. She's working at like a Wendy's or something. She's kind of like given up on things, and it makes sense. Like she's so fucking sad and distraught, and she feels like she has nowhere to go. She feels like nobody likes her, and then she's like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna disappear. I just want to be alone. I get that. Like I genuinely do get that. That is a feeling that I can relate to, and I feel like everyone can relate to it to a degree. But for me personally, it's like very similar. Let's say that I did exactly the same thing that Buffy did, but I didn't disappear for like a summer or whatever. I disappeared for like 8 years. Like that was something similar that I did. I didn't run away to a different city, but I did kind of like detach myself from reality for like a solid good amount of years, which wasn't a good thing to do. But something it did is that eventually you make your way back into realizing that you do have to like kind of stand up and like live in a way. You can't just run away forever. That's just never going to be a thing that you can do. So I like that in this episode we get to see her at her lowest point, where she's just completely given up. She just wants to be alone. She doesn't want to deal with anything, which is why I appreciate Lily in this episode a lot. Like Lily is kind of the MVP of this episode, because even though Buffy is the one that kind of convinces Lily to like stand up and like face the future, Lily is the one that pulled Buffy out of that to begin with. Buffy is just like, I just want to be left alone, no one talk to me. She's just walking alone, not thinking about anything. But Lily is the one that approaches Buffy, and it's like, hey, I know you, right? You're Buffy, you saved me that one time. I was in a weird vampire cult. I want to go back to that episode, actually, and see if I can recognize the actress. It's probably the same actress. I'm not going to doubt that they got a different actress. Maybe they couldn't get the original actress if they did, but I think it's the same girl. I just don't remember her. But she's the one that pulls Buffy out of it, because Buffy's just like, I want to be left alone, nobody talk to me. And then Lily approaches her, and it's like, hey, you saved me, I remembered me. And then she tried to talk to her, she tried to interact with her, and then at one moment I felt like she was asking her for money, but no, she was like inviting her to hang out with her and Richie with this like rape thing. Like she's inviting her to hang out, she's inviting her to like socialize, to have friends, to live a little, instead of just being sad and depressed in her like 1 bedroom like place that she's renting. Like that's a that's a great thing. Like, that's fantastic. Like, Lily to me is an MVP in this episode. It like exclusively for that. And then later another scene that I feel like it's easy to not realize how important these scenes are. But later when Buffy's just working at the Wendy's or whatever, Lily approaches her and it's like, hey, Richie's missing. I don't know where he is. Like, help me look for him. And this entire scene, Buffy's just kind of like, okay, did you look for him? Did you ask anyone? Do you know anything? And then she's like, please help me look for him. And she sounded desperate enough. And she was like, you help people, right? Just help me, please. So then Buffy's like, all right, fine, we'll do it. But like before that, Buffy didn't care. And the only reason why she started caring is because she started caring about Lily. Like, Buffy was someone at this episode that was someone that didn't care because she's trying not to think about anything. She's trying not to worry or concern with her with anything. She just wants to be sad and depressed and alone. Lily is the one that pulls her out of it by making her care. And then finally at the end of the episode is when Buffy like pays back to Lily what she has done for her. That's a great thing to do. I love Lily. I really do. I hope she comes back at some point. I'm so happy she didn't fucking die or turn like 19 years old and then die. Like, I'm very glad that she's just good. I'm glad that Lily's good. I'm glad that she got a happy ending. I like Lily. I would have never expected this character to be a character that I would give a shit about, but hey, here we are now. Back to Sunnydale. I mean, I really like the scene between Joyce and Giles. That was very good. I'm glad that I get to see Joyce like actually say things that like matter because the way the show went before is that like she doesn't know anything about vampires or Vampire Slayer or anything. So every scene with Joyce was kind of like a miscommunication thing of like, oh, she doesn't know what Buffy's doing or she doesn't know what to talk about with her daughter. Like, there's no connection here. It's just like, well, my wacky mom is doing something or saying something and she doesn't know stuff that the audience knows, and then it's like, okay, we can only do that enough until it gets like stale. But I love that scene with Giles because they're talking about like, yeah, I went to like, I don't know what place it was just another state. The Giles just took a plane and went to a different place, just being like, hey, I heard some reports that maybe there were some vampires and a girl fighting them, and maybe it was Buffy, so I'm gonna go look and see if it's her. And then it wasn't, and then he's reporting back to the mom being like, hey, I went there and I tried to find her, but it wasn't her, so I'm sorry, I couldn't find her again. We get to see how fucked up Joyce is because she's thinking to herself like the last thing we talked about was a fight, and that's probably the reason why she ran away. And she's like, I can't even leave my house because I feel like it, like if I leave the house, maybe that's when she will call and I won't be there to answer the phone. Again, problems that would be fixed by cell phones, but yes, I like that she's that much distraught and caring over Buffy, because like that's the thing, is that like I feel like it's easy to look at Joyce and be like, she's a terrible parent, because in a way she is, but also she's someone that cares. Like she's not an uncaring parent, which at the end of the day I think is the most important thing, because like whether or not someone is a good or a bad parent, I feel like it's besides the point. I mean, yes, like if you're a bad parent, that's going to reflect on the kid 100%. But at the same time, like myself personally, I look back at my mom, and my mom is kind of like Joyce in a way. Like my mom has had like many mistakes being a parent, but at the same time, I never got the impression that she had ever ill intentions. In fact, she always cared. And ultimately, at the end of the day, my mom is someone that I look back at and I'm like, she's a great person, and I'm glad that she's my mom. Because at the end of the day, she cared. Even if she didn't make every decision perfect, I think that's completely normal. I think that not every parent is going to make all the right choices, because no one really writes a guide on how to be a parent. I mean, some people do, but at the end of the day, it doesn't help. You just kind of have to go through that experience yourself and just kind of deal with it as it's happening and figure it out as you go. Which is also an interesting thing that I'm thinking about Joyce now, is that she has referenced before that she reads all the guides on how to be a parent. Like, she cares enough to read like books on how to be a good parent. The problem is that that's not gonna help you with this, and she's realizing that on her own. Also, those guides don't really write anything about having a daughter who's a vampire slayer, but you know, that's a different thing. Anyway, I like Joyce, and I like to have that scene with Joyce and Giles. It was a little bit cold what she said to Giles, but at the same time, I'm like, she's going through a lot. I kind of get her. I do feel bad for him and Giles, though. he cares a lot too. Like, that's the thing. Giles cares a lot too. Anyway, we got to see the gang. We got to see Willow, Oz, and Xander. I said Oz before Xander because I like Oz more than Xander. And then we got to see Cordelia later. But on that scene, we got to see that they are vampire slaying. That's a good thing. We have assembled a crew that is like proactive. A crew that is like, okay, we gotta take care of all this like weird fucked up shit that happens in this town. And it's like, it's crazy to me that they would do this, right? Because this is one of those things that I'm like, yes, this is like a superhero TV show, like a little bit. This is like an anime, because it's like, man, if I was like Giles, I would not send these like 17-year-old children to go fight supernatural creatures. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's incredible amounts of negligence. You can kind of do that for Buffy, because Buffy is literally like a superhero, so she can tank hits, she can fight people, she can kill vampires, no problem. Like, it's kind of a joke. But if you send like Willow and Xander and Oz to fight, it's like, yeah, no, like, you can't just do that. That's super negligent. Send a bunch of children to go fight supernatural creatures. Giles is not even going with them. It's like, what are we doing here? I'm not gonna be too hard on it, because again, it's like a supernatural like TV hero show. So when I see them fighting vampires, I'm like, hell yeah, go get them. But if I think about it realistically, I'm like, that's so negligent. Oh my god. Anyway, it's cool. Willow got a cool haircut. Xander, I don't know, man. Xander is Xander. I like that Oz is helping. I like that Oz is like part of the crew. Like, Oz in season 2 was someone that we got introduced to, and we got to see scenes where he joins in and he has like a couple lines, but he's not necessarily in every scene with the crew. I want him to be in every scene with the crew. I want Cordelia and Oz to be permanent mainstays. So every scene where we got the trio, I fuck that trio, make it what is the word for 5? A group of 5 people, man. A quintet. A quintet. When 5 people do something together, you're going to refer to them as a quintet. Yeah, I want a quintet of Buffy, Willow, Xander, Cordelia, and Oz. And of course Giles, but Giles is not a teenager, so we don't count him. He's the mentor figure. But yeah, I do want to get a quintet of the kids, not just a trio. Anyway, it's cool to see them doing something. The thing with Xander and Cordelia, like, you can clearly see how they are very, like, kind of nervous about each other and into each other. They're like, oh my god, do I look good? Is my hair looking good? Oh my god, did Xander talk about me? Did he mention me? Did he meet someone else, someone new? And then Xander's doing the exact same thing. And then they're so nervous. And then when they finally see each other, they go like, hi, what's up? Hi. Cool. Anyway, goodbye. And it's like, they don't talk to each other at all. Like, they're both pretending so hard to be so cool that they don't express themselves, which makes the other person think that the other doesn't care when they do, which is like this is a very teenage drama thing to do. I'm not sure where we're gonna take that. I mean, it was probably just done for a gag right there for the end of the episode to be like, yeah, we both together killed a vampire, and then we both fell on top of one another and just started making out, even though Xander was just showered with vampire dust. But never mind that. It's romantic. That's what gets them hot and bothered. Vampire dust. This used to be a person. Anyway, that was a very good episode. I really liked that episode. It was fantastic. Don't join cults, kids. I understand that life is hard, but you will make it. You just have to keep going. And maybe if you can, find people to help you stand up, like support you. Get good friends and good people to be there for you. Don't isolate yourself in a depressing room for 7 years of your life. I would not recommend doing that. I don't think that is a good approach. Yeah, those are my advices to you today. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode of the Buffy Reaction. Thank you so much for being here. And alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you would like to watch the next 2 episode reactions, you're gonna already find them over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description below. All the social media, cool stuff that I do. See you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye bye.